Hello everybody, this is Ruru, your resident witch again. I'm going to upload this to my social media networks. Oh, it's been a bit of a day. It's hard to know what to say on these things, but it's Happy Shavings Day, or Happy Halloween, or Happy Day of the Dead, or whatever you want to call it. And it's hard to know what to say. Like I said, so many people ask me lots of questions when they finally realise I am a witch, and I'm happy to talk about it. It's like I said, it's hard to know. I mean, because I've been a solitary practicing witch for a long time. I joined churches and I researched religions, and I never fitted in anywhere. And so, even when I tried to join covens, because everyone thinks that you should be in a coven and all the rest of it, but I just don't get on well with people. They're jealous of my beauty and my power and my energy and my determination, and I just I don't know what it is. I don't agree. I have strong opinions and I'm not scared to voice them. I never have been, even when I was really shy and downtrodden. And now I'm a very grown up woman, and I've overcome all these obstacles, and I will not let people beat me down. I apologise for my weird makeup, but my daughter made me put Halloween makeup on, so we matched, sort of. Anyway, we went trick-or-treating, which is what most people do at Halloween, and my daughter insisted that we go. She's a very out-and-out proud little witch in training, and she wanted to go Halloween and trick-or-treating. So we went and they knocked on some doors and we took some nice pictures of pumpkins, and she got a bit scared, which for a witch is shouldn't be happening, but I'm a bit of a la-la too. I don't like scary things. I hate scary movies. It's the worst thing about Halloween. Everyone want to watch scary horror movies, and I don't like them. Why would you want to scare yourself on purpose? That's what I want now. Life's too blinking scary as it is. Why then watch something that's deliberately meant to mess up your head or make you scared? That's just not my idea of fun or entertainment, so I don't. As you can see, I've got 3 candles in front of me. I've only lit one. Red for Ruru, red for love, red for passion. And I'm here to do a little bit of witchiness with you all and tell you about our witchy day, which I kind of have. We went trick-or-treating. Everyone does that. We went on our own, me, my son and my daughter. My partner didn't come, and my friends, they're a free family, and well, I was hoping that we were going to spend some time with them, but that didn't happen. So we went on our own, us three. We're a magical little free us free. Anyway, so we went off and did our trick-or-treating together, and we didn't do that many houses, but we did it, and they got a few sweeties, and then we went to my sister's house, and she was looking after her man who's poorly, and then we went to Nanny's on the way home and had a pit stop and got some more sweeties from Nanny, and they opened their hall, which seems to be like a tradition now. We go to Nanny's on the way home, and they get one more lot of sweeties and chocolates from Nanny, and then they see what they've got and share it all with Nanny, and she got chocolates and I got a chocolate, and we fussed the dog Abby, and then we came home and had a proper tea and then they've gone to bed. But before they did, I made them do a spell with me. Me and my daughter did a spell earlier in the night together, because she's been helping me do decorations ready for our shaming party on Friday, because she wants to be out and proud, and she wants to invite her friends and show them some witchy tricks and rituals and spells and do some Halloweeny party games. And I said, well, if we do a party, then we have to do it for charity. So we're going to be raising money for the NSPCC to give some money to children who don't get to have Halloween parties, and people who, or young children who are scared to be in their own home or have to care for their parents, or, you know, my kids understand that. They understand that if we want things, we have to earn it or work hard for it. So to get a party for her friends to share the fact that she's a witch, and have some party games and treats, they had to help me organise a party, and they both came up with some brilliant ideas, and I was really proud of them. My son is getting too cool for this kind of thing. He had to put a mask on his face so his friends didn't recognise him if they saw him out. It was really rather funny. Cheers. It was hilarious. He's like, Master Good Mum, no one saw who I was. I went, yeah, I know. I'm a woman. I've worn one most of my life. Anyway, it was quite fun bumping into some people. No one we actually recognised, but I had a few conversations with some other mums, you know, and that was always good. I love holidays. People are always more friendly on a holiday, and Halloween, people are always more friendly and just chat to strangers. Well, I don't know why people can't be like that every day. I surely try to be, but you're classed as a crazy person. But I'm quite happy to be called a crazy witch lady or a crazy plastic lady. I'm getting used to it now, and I quite like it. Anyway, so my red candle is lit because it's my colour. For me, it represents me, so that's why the red one is lit. Told you that me and my daughter did a spell. We got a candle from the pagan moot fair that we went to the other day, and that was really good because that was like for shaman. We got to buy things from lots of local witches and crafty people, and that was great. We brought our bells for our front door that we have needed for years, but I have never found a set I like. And these were made from reclaimed, recycled materials, so nice recycled brass and glass. They were beautiful, had the pentagram on them, and then 3 bells. Perfect. So I finally got myself a set of bells on my door, because that warns people that you're a witch and keeps away evil and negative spirits. And my daughter says that there's a lot here. She can see them and ghosts. I turned my power for that off because they used to scare me as a little girl, and she has been very scared by some of the ghosts that come to help or ask for help from her. We're working on it, and I've protected her, and I try and do it a lot, and I'm now trying to reclaim my power so I can help her more, or help them pass on. We're not going to get into that today. I'm waffling too much and haven't done anything. So the red candle is lit, and when you have a red candle lit, you have to ask, I can't remember what his name is. What's his name? Look at my notes. Bassett. You have to ask Bassett to help you. So I'm going to do another little spell for you guys. So I have a red candle lit, and why it has to be red to ask Bassett to help, I don't know, but it does. There's lots of things that you learn when you research, and some things just have to be the way that they are. So I'm going to humbly ask Bassett to protect me from forces seen and unseen, from all negative energy and thoughts. So mote it be. That's it. Done. So thank you, Bassett. There are lots of gods and goddesses and people that you have to ask for help for if you're a witch. There's not just one god. We take power from the complete natural world, depending on which part of witchcraft you want to go to. And because I'm one of these ominous people who take a little bit from every religion and every element of witchcraft, it's great. It's like witchcraft, all sorts, and you take a bit and a bit of this and a bit of that. And if you've got natural talent and you read enough, and you learn that basically, as long as you use a certain amount of elements, or your intention is good and clear, and you ask the right people or use the right ingredients, and you're confident in your own magic, you can make anything happen any way you choose. And I've learnt to do that over the 25 years I've been doing it. So I was like 15 when I started properly practicing magic and gave myself a proper magical name, so I could then call upon my ancestors' magic and energy and ignite my gifts that I knew that I had, that I was told. I went to spiritualist church and was told, and I tried to quell my clairvoyance ability because I could see them and they're scary, and I got took into therapy because I had imaginary friends. They weren't imaginary, they were blinking there, and they were terrifyingly scary, some of them, and the others were just blinking annoying, and they wanted all my time and attention because I could see them and most people couldn't. And so they wanted my attention because they want attention, they want to be seen. Some of them are blinking bored, they've been here so long, and they just want someone to acknowledge that they're there. So I was spending most of my time talking to dead people and not actually living. Mind you, the people that I was living with didn't really want to give me attention, so some of them were quite pleasant conversations. But you get a bit to the point where that was all my life was, talking to imaginary friends. I was crazy and I looked like a weirdo, so I had to stop it and turn it off a bit. So that's now become a problem because my daughter can see things and I can't help her because I can't see them. But I know that she can because I went through the same problem, and I've tried to convince her not to turn it off, and she's embracing it, and she's just incredible. Anyway, so we've asked for help from Bassett, but there are other people that you can help with, and today I'm going to ask for help I've got my red candle for me, but I'm going to light 2 more and ask for some more help, because I'm having a lot of struggles and difficulties lately. I've got physical health problems, I've got mental health problems, which I've been told that I'm on top of, and I feel on top of it, but other people are not, and they are still seeing it as a problem in my life, and it's stopping me from progressing. I should be a success by now with the power that I have, but there are evil forces in my life at play, and I'm getting warned about this from lots of other spiritual people. And I know, I'm not stupid, I know I've cursed and pissed off a few people in my lifetime. That's the trouble when you're an honest witch. People don't like honesty. And even when I'm trying to teach people a lesson, they don't take it as what it needs to be, a gift. And they don't appreciate it. And I had a run-in with 3 young lads the other night on my way home from beer festival. That was a bit of an experience. They were doing drugs in a blatant street, on a pew, on a doorway. One of them was doing lines on his knees on a bit of mirror, and it was his birthday apparently. And oh, where do we go? Where do we go? I went, that's it, mate. That's Tuesday night or whatever. I went, it's done. The night's done. Everyone's going home, you know. Anyway, and something they said, and they were trying to chat me up. This one particular lad, he was quite tall, and he thought he was quite confident and brash out of all 3 of them, and actually he wasn't. He was one of the worst ones. The most confident one was the boy who was quiet and backed off, because he was clever. He didn't know me. He didn't know where I'd come from or what I was doing, so he kept himself quiet and just watched what happened. Those are the ones you need to watch, ladies. The boys who are quiet. He might turn into trouble because he was watching what was going on, but he wasn't stupid enough to engage in a relationship with a complete stranger at stupid o'clock at night. Anyway, this other tall lad did, and I sort of was watching what the other guy was doing, and he was chatting to me and talking to me, and he was being a bit cocky, and he kept shaking my hand, and I'm like, all right, carry you on. Why are you shaking my hand again? He went, because you feel good and you're pretty and da da da. And I went, you just asked for my opinion, asked for my advice on what to do tonight. And I said, no, I've told you what you need to do. And you need to go round one of your houses and go you home. And I said, you shouldn't talk to strangers you met on the street, you know, that's problematic. And he was like, oh, you're all right, you're a pretty young thing. I went, no, you're wrong. I went, I may look pretty. I said, but looks can be deceiving. Anyway, I had this whole chat with him and taught him a valuable lesson. I gave him some energy, because when he shook my hand, I learnt all about him, and I humiliated him in front of his friend, because it was obvious he'd never been with a woman before, and he was being all bravado, like trying to chat me up and stuff. And I'm like, but you've never had a woman before. You've never had a good woman before. And they laughed and went, they've got you pegged. I went, no, actually, you've never had a woman, ever, have you? And he just dropped a brick and just was shocked, and they laughed their heads off because they knew, obviously. And I went, well, you just shook my hand how many times, mate? You just shook a witch's hand and told me everything I need to know about you. I said, thinking that would connect us. I said, because, you know, you're touching me, that would give us a bond, and I'll be more interested to talk to you. But I'm looking at your little blonde mate who's got a drug habit problem. I said, because I've been there, I've done it. I said, it's his birthday and it's his energy I feel, despite you touching my hand and knowing all about you. I said, and I'm a bit worried about this one. He went saying a thing. I went, but I think he's trying to be clever. I went, so he can carry on being quiet. I said, but I can feel him sitting there in the dark. I said, and I don't like men who don't have the balls to say anything. I said, and this little guy who's got issues. I said, and you're going to regret this. I said, your habits and your whatnots. I went, blah, blah, blah. I went, birthday or not, it's going to come bite you in the arse. Anyway. So, excuse you, I gave him back some of his ill intent, because he gave me ill intent. He thought he was being, what's the word, predatory, provocative, I don't know, he was trying to get my attention or get my whatever, and it wasn't good, and so I gave him it back, and he felt it, and he wobbled and was disorientated and didn't feel very well. And the other guy, oh, what are you doing? I went, do you want some? And he's like, yeah. And I gave him a completely different bat of energy, and he felt all like that. And I went, you'll feel differently about your problem tomorrow. And he was like, what? I went, happy birthday. Anyway, And he was like, can I have some more? Can I have some more? So I gave him another dose of some happiness, goodness, and some, hopefully, something that will make him feel like a better lad in the morning. And the other one wanted it again. I went, one more handshake then, mate, and I'll take it away from you so you can walk home, shall I? And he's like, what? Yeah, I still don't feel well. I went, go on then, shake my hand and be on your merry way. So I shook his hand and took back some of the ill intent. I said, next time you want to chat up an attractive woman, I went, try and get to know her a bit first. I went, before you go shaking hands with another witch, giving her the power to control you. And off they went. Yeah, we better go in then now, eh? Yeah. And off they went. He was in a bit of a state. So I didn't do anything nasty to him. I just let him have his own energy back, because the things that he was thinking inside his head about me were not very pleasant. And people should really be aware of what they're thinking, because I can hear them. I can feel their thoughts more than I can hear what they're saying. But the ancestors or the ghosts will tell me what they're saying if they're wrong, and I shall then have to use my power to teach them a lesson. Karma's always in my ear too. Sometimes she's a bit slow, so I'll have to do her work for her. I'm not a good witch, and I'm not a bad witch, but I'm a truthful, honest witch. So yeah, sometimes I have to take a hit to dish out some karma, because she takes too long. But I'm getting off point. I'm now going to light my other candle, and I'm going to take my lighter off my head, and I'm going to light this one that I was given by Christian Aid. So there's my candle from Christian Aid, people, and I've lit it because it's a white candle, and as it's shaman, we need to give thanks. And me and my children did it already, but as I'm doing it with you guys, I'll do it with you. So because it's our holiday, we give thanks for the year that's been, and the harvest that we've had, all the good things and all the trials that life has given us, because they all taught us valuable lessons. So I give thanks to you for all that we've had. I also thank my ancestors who have been by my side and given me the power and the abilities that I have. I'm very grateful to you, ancestors, and I thank you for being here helping me in my daily life. Thank you for helping and blessing my children with the abilities that they have, and the respect and the joy and the love that they give me every day. I would be lost without them and you. So thank you for that, ancestors. And I hope you're having a happy shaming on the other side of this thinning veil. And lastly, we then ask for what we want for the year to come. So I'm going to light my third candle, because we do things in the power of free. Like I said, my two children and me, that's free. We went out on our own, that was free. And I did a spell with my daughter. Then I did a spell with my son and my daughter. And now I'm doing a spell on my own with you. You're involved, you're witnessing it. I've got my red candle for me, I've got my white candle, that one is for the goddess. And I'm going to invite an Egyptian goddess with me this time, because she's one of my favourites, Isis. And Isis was an Egyptian goddess, and I've got my magic mug sitting here. You probably can't see her, but she's sitting out of shot. She's now rolling over and stretching her belly to me, because that's how much she trusts me. So she's my magic mug, or my familiar. And so I've got her power helping me at the moment. The lights keep going in and out. What's that about? So Isis, the Egyptian goddess, and she is a goddess of magic, fertility and love. And well, if that doesn't resonate with me, I don't know what does. So thank you, Isis, for joining me now and helping my magic all year through, and what's been and gone, and all the other spells you've helped me with, because you helped me a lot, because she's one of my favourites. What's not to love about a goddess about magic and fertility and love? And I like doing a lot of love magic, and I've always been, well, I consider myself being a fertile woman. I know I've only had 2 children. I've only been blessed with 2, but I have been very blessed with the children that I've had. And yes, so she knows why I'm calling on her, don't you, Isis? And she knows, she can hear me, she can feel me, and yeah, like, she's one of my favourites. And I lit the black candle, and I'm going to invite a god, one of the gods, to come with us too, because I need me, a goddess, and a god, the power of free again. So I call upon Odin, the Norse god, who suffered to attain ruins for all human or mankind, and he helped attune for the greater good. And he knows why I'm calling upon him, because I need his power to do that very same thing. I'm up against adversaries at the moment, or adversaries, what's that word? Adversaries. People are out to get me. People who are fighting against me when I'm only after doing good. I'm essentially a good witch. I just don't admit that I'm a good one because, I'm honest. And sometimes I bend the rules a little bit. So I'm not 100% good, am I? If I do send karma out to get people, or I curse and swear a lot, and occasionally I shout at my children and take out my aggression on my partner or my family, because I can't hold my emotions in because I've got bipolar, and the emotions just I lose my control sometimes, and I can't rein myself in emotionally, and I hurt my friends because I love them, and I'm honest with them, and the truth hurts sometimes, it really does. And you shoot the messenger, don't you? Just because I'm telling you the truth about yourself and you need to hear it, it makes you not like me so much. It's not my fault you can't deal with your own honesty. But I love you anyway, and I love them, and I do let it rip sometimes, so I'm sorry for that. And please, God, Goddess, help me to keep that. So I'm asking them to help me rein that in more and help me fight this good fight. I've got a couple of good fights I've got to fight this year. I've got to help an organisation that is already in existence, that is struggling, and they don't want to admit that they need me, but they do. And whether they want my help or not, I'm going to help them, because I love the cause, and I can't let it go downhill. I can't not have it in my life. I need it to be a part of who I am. It made me a part of who I am, and they need me to help them because of my experience and my knowledge, and I'm good at what they need me to do, or what they need. And so I need to help. I need Odin to help me, and I need Isis to help me with love, because they need to realise that I'm doing it out of love, and I'm not doing it to be a pain in their butts, although they think I am. I'm doing it to love them. Now I'm also fighting the good fight for my garden project, and we're up against it. They won't even talk to us because they know once we get back in, we're not getting out, and they don't want us in. They want to be able to sell this land, and it shouldn't be sold. It needs to be a garden. It's been a garden for 17 years, so why are they trying to stop it now when they should have let me do it during the pandemic? I did do what they couldn't do. I kept it clean from druggies, and if I had the okay and the permission to do good works from it, I could really help turn the city around and sort this drug homeless problem out, because they would trust me, because I didn't grass them up the whole time that they were doing things during the pandemic that they shouldn't have been doing. And all I asked them to do was respect and keep the garden clean. And I was trying to help feed people and love people and create a community. And I was doing that, and it was clean, and it was tidier, and it was organised, and people were respecting it. And they didn't want it to be respected and looked after. They want the neighbours who live around it to hate it, because they don't want it to be a garden, because they want to sell it. What, to build more flats in that built up area when they haven't got a garden that they can use, when they desperately need community so they feel safe, because they're all terrified to even answer their own door buzzers because they don't know who might be the other side. And it's shocking. So I need... Oh, something just went off. Now it's gone all quiet. I need help from Odin to help me fight these adversaries and make me succeed. So the power of free and the power of shaman is going to help me be stronger and use my ancestors' power, and I'm going to achieve and win these fights because it's right and it's good, and someone's got to do it, and if not the local resident witch, then who else? So that's part of what my spell is about. If I tell you it all, it won't work. It's like telling you about my wish, then it won't come true. So I can tell you bits about it as you're involved, but I can't tell you the whole process. Magic is individual and sacred, and it's complicated. But it's not. It's also very simple, because I've got 3 candles and 3 different colours, and They were all for a specific reason, and I asked specific people to help me, and I've got my lovely amethyst crystal, which is here, and I'm feeding off my energy from the earth, and it's helping. It helps with psychic abilities, and it's great for the Day of the Dead because it helps us be more in tune, and helps lower the veil so I can hear and see my ancestors if they want to come and visit me and talk to me. And I'm pretty sure there's a couple of messages that I need to receive about these issues to help me. So I'm asking them, my ancestors, to help me because I'm struggling physically. I'm coping mentally, which is a blinking miracle, but I need another one. I need another blinking miracle. We need a new home. That's what I asked for in my request for next year. We're on the list. We're bidding on houses. There aren't any coming up. There isn't any suitable where we need one to be. And my children need their own room. My son is nearly 12. My daughter is 9. They shouldn't be sharing a room at their ages. We should be moved out and they should have their own space. We need a garden so we can get a dog. My cat needs to explore, and she's stuck in a tower block on the 5th floor. It's just not good enough. And we've waited patiently, and we were kept here against our will for years because they wouldn't let us be on the housing list. And we're on the housing list, and there isn't anywhere suitable for us to bid on. We keep getting crappy places in the other sides of the city, and we need to be near our roots and our school and our friends and my family. And so I'm hoping that the candle will help. I've also got my beloved rose quartz. This is a lovely one. It's really, really big, and it cost me a lot of money, but it's been worth every penny because I can hold it and I can rest it in my hands, and it helps me to pray. And yeah, my daughter did a lovely good job on my nails, didn't she? She's brilliant. Anyway, so you can see them. They look gorgeous. Thank you, my daughter, for painting my nails. I was also grateful for them in our ritual because you thank for what you've got, what you've had, and you ask for what you want. My child, he can't take anything seriously. He asked for a life supply of cheesy biscuits. He can't take anything seriously. God love him. That life wouldn't be the same without his I can't take nothing serious and I have to make a joke out of everything. It wouldn't be the same if he didn't do that. He thanked our ancestors, and he did that with us. He was involved, and we used his power, and it made us stronger because the power of 3 is strong. And he was a part of it, and that's what I'm grateful for. They are both a part of my magic now. So I have got my very own coven, a coven full of love that I've always wanted, and I was grateful for that. And I'm grateful for all of you watching, and I hope you had a happy Halloween or a great shaman. And I hope this give you a little bit more of an insight into magic, and that it's not all too complicated and it isn't all too showy, and who to ask for help for and how to go about it. And most of it is like praying. Most of it is asking and thanking and blowing out candles and making a wish. 2 at a time. And guess which one that didn't go out? The red one for me. See? There is a quote from a film that I love, which I'm now going to watch actually. Hopefully my lovely other half is going to come to bed now I finish my video and watch it with me, because I don't think he's ever watched it with me. I watch it with my children, but they're still a bit young. It's called Practical Magic, and it's got 2 of my favourite actresses in it, Sandra Bullock and Nicole Kidman, and they play sisters, and they're witches. And one of my favourite quotes, I'm getting goosebumps thinking about it, Sandra Bullock says in the film, she said, "There's a little witch in all of us." And that is very true. And I'm going to leave you with that sentiment because it gives me goosebumps. And I'm going to go and watch my film. And I've now done my power of 3 magic spells today. And I might do my tarot, because tonight is also very strong for divination, as well as speaking to our ancestors or the dead. The veil is thin, so you can. So if you smell a familiar smell from your nanny or granddad or brother, or was it the cat again, then it's your family giving you a sign. It's usually a smell or an image, or people feel cold and all those like mythy. They're true. A feather, a penny, they're all your ancestors giving you signs. But if you're quiet and you sit and you stare in a flame, you should be able to hear their voice inside your head or hear it in your being. You'll know what they'd say. Ask them if you need advice. Ask your ancestors. Tonight's the night that even a mediocre witch or wizard, someone who doesn't think they have any talent at all, tonight is the night that you should be able to hear it or see it or smell it. And if you ask them to come, they will be there. And you should be able to feel them or smell them or hear them. So if you're watching this, light a candle. It doesn't have to be a special coloured one. White ones are the best, if I'm honest. That's why churches always have white ones or cream coloured ones, because their purity, their clarity, and it helps connect. White ones can be used for anything, more or less, which is why I love this white one that the Christian Aid give me. It's also got words on it, and the bottom bit is love, and you can inscribe things on candles, so it's very magical. Even though they're Christians, they've given the witch a magical tool. It's insane. I love it. They also gave me a lovely prayer book, and I did one. There's one on my YouTube channel which was about Thanksgiving, I think, and there's some more, and I'll do another one another day. But I've already gone over 30 minutes waffling on, but I have done my spell, so I'm happy. I'm going to go and do my tarot, but there's been enough videos on there just recently of tarot, so I won't bore you with that. I need to get all my makeup off because I still look like a gruesome ghoulie, even though I was meant to be like a green skeleton. And like I said, I want to go and hug my man before the clock change, and I'm hoping that my dead girlfriend will visit me today, because she doesn't come very often anymore because I've got a man. But I miss her. I also miss my friend Bob and my friend Rory, who there's a few people who've passed on. I'd like to say hello to my dog Sammy, who died, Rocky, because without them in earlier parts of my life, I don't think I'd have managed. And dogs are amazing. And I miss Ralph and Loren, my other cats, and my other magic mogs. I've had to deal with a lot of loss in my life, but I know that they're always with me because of my magic, and that's why I don't overly mourn people, because I feel them regularly. But tonight's the night where you can hear them, see them, and feel them. So good luck with that, people, and keep watching. Like and subscribe, hit the bell button, and watch the next one. And if you're on Facebook or Instagram and you're watching this, then yeah, please go to YouTube and sign up to my Rec account, REK. It's R for Ruth, E for Esme, and K for Christian. That's our joint name, our magic name, Rec together. We're strong when we're together, and that's our family name, and that's why it's a YouTube account for all three of us. There's animation on there, there's Esme playing guitar, and there's me waffling on about all kinds of stuff. So have a happy shaman, what's left of it. Happy Halloween. Peace be with all of you. I am sending out blessings now. Can you feel my energy? I'm sending out blessings, energy, healing to those that need it. Love always. I always send love to everybody that I care about. And when I say spiritual hugs, this is what I mean. I am sending you my energy. I'm sending you my love. And hopefully you should feel my power and energy with you, and it should help make you feel stronger and feel happier. And that's me. I'm giving you a spiritual energy hug right now. From me to you, blessed be, so mote it be, forever and ever. I love you always. Take care.